Hello students, today we are talking about structuralism. Before entering into the video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. So structuralism is mainly developed by Ferdinand de Saussure, the famous structuralist. According to Ferdinand de Saussure, language is a signifying system. And this signifying system has many simple and complicated elements and works according to the fundamental principles of language. These rules basically means that each and every element in a language system is related to an idea or a thing. So the main ideas of structuralism is explained by Ferdinand Saussure as each linguistic unit or a word is called a sign. Every basic linguistic unit is called a sign or a word, and this sign has two parts: the mental concept and the sound image, or it is otherwise called signified and signifier. The picture which comes to our mind when we see a thing is called signified or mental concept. The word or sound image used to denote that thing is called signifier. So a sign is a combination of both this sound image and concept. Signified is otherwise called the mental concept. This means the picture which comes to our mind, and the word or the sound which we used to call a thing is called signifier. One part of this sign automatically leads to another part. That is, when we hear the sound for a thing, or when we hear the sound for a thing, automatically the picture or mental concept for this thing comes to our mind. So this is the mutual connection between signified and signifier. So this is the basic of Saussurean structuralism, that is sign, signified and signifier. And I'm going to explain some basic features of Saussurean structuralism. Those are the arbitrariness of language, thoughts cannot exist without language, langue and parole, synchronic and diachronic features of language, then signification and difference in the system of language. So the first feature is the relation between signified and signifier is arbitrary, or the arbitrariness of language. This arbitrariness of language means there is no logical and natural relationship between signified and signifier. This is the basic meaning of arbitrariness of language. This means that there is no logical or natural connection between the word we use use as signifier and the mental concept which comes to our mind when we hear the word. For example, for dog, dog, in Hindi we use kutta, in Tamil we use nai, and Malayalam we use naya, and for all these for one particular animal we are using different words. This is arbitrariness, but there is no logical connection between the animal animal four-legged dog and the words used for it in different languages. There is no relation between all these words for dog in different language. This is called arbitrariness of language. Through this arbitrariness, we can separate through this arbitrariness or this feature of language, we can separate both signified and signifier. For example, for single signified dog, we are using many signifiers like kutta, nai, naya, etc. This feature plays a vital role in the structure of language. So, according to Sasurean structuralism, arbitrariness is one very important thing for language development. But this feature is not so important in sign language, because in sign languages and in gestures, this arbitrariness nature is comparatively less. So the next concept of Sasuure is all thoughts take place in the medium of language. According to Sasuure, thought is like an orderless mass or a shapeless mass or volume, which gets shaped only by the structure of language. Without language, our thoughts are not shaped or controlled. It is only through language ideas gets its shape and becomes expressible. Without language, thoughts cannot exist. So it is assumed that language express we humans, not we express language. This means, according to Sasuure, language plays the vital role in our thinking process, and he simply says that it is assumed that language express we humans, and in reality, not we are expressing language. It's only language who express we humans. This is the concept of Sasuure. And according to Sasurean linguistics, language is not a thing, but it's a container. Language is a system and has a structure, and it contains all the elements of system of language. So basically, in Sasurean concepts, language is a container. It's not a thing. Next important feature of Sasurean structuralism is langue and parole. Parole is the individual talking words, individual part of language, and but langue, langue, langue is basically concerned about the society as a whole. Sasuure calls the whole system of language as langue, and the individual part of language is called parole. According to structuralist linguistics, parole or individual conversations develops within social and community contexts. So this individual conversations, individual experiences develops within community. This is called parole part of language. But Sasurean structuralists are more interested in language in the wide social context and relations, that is langue. This simply means that Sasurean structuralism is more interested in the development of language in a wide range, wide scale. That is, he is mostly interested in the development of language within society as a whole. So this is the basic difference between langue and parole. Parole is the individual part of speaking. Langue is the social contextual speaking. Next important feature of Saussurean linguistics is synchronic and diachronic development of language. Saussure's interest lies only in the social context. This leads to an important feature of structuralism, that is synchronic and diachronic development of language. Structuralists are always interested in synchronic analysis. That means structuralist considers the whole system or the whole structure of anything at the present time. This is synchronic analysis. This simply means that structuralists are interested in the development of language at the present time. Present tense only they are interested. They are not interested in past or historical system of analysis of language. They are not interested in the past developments and past analysis of language and language. And this past analysis is called diachronic analysis. This is one which looks at the origin and evolution of any system. So the past analysis of language, its development and evolution is called diachronic development of language. But structuralists are more interested in synchronic development of language, that is development of language at the present time. And the last important feature of structuralism is value, signification and difference. According to Saussure, one signifier in a system is entirely different from another signifier in the language system. One signifier in a system gets value because it is different from another signifier in that same system. This difference or negativity or nothingness is called this difference only gives value to that signifier. So this one signifier is entirely different from another signifier is called, this difference is called, and this difference gives value to one word. This is called value, this the concept of value. And from this we can explain the concept difference in structuralism. Difference simply means that cat is cat because it's not hat. This difference only gives value to a word. This is difference concept in structuralism. The word cat gets its worth when it is connected to an animal which mews. Word cat gets its value because it's not the word hat or bat. This concept is simply called difference concept in structuralism. This simply means that the word cat gets its worth or value when it is connected to an animal which mews. And this word cat is not it's not given to the animal elephant. The word cat gets its value because it's not the word hat or bat. This is the concept of difference. And the last concept in structuralism is signification. Signification is the process in which a sound image or signifier designates or points towards a concept or thing. This simply means a signifier or a word for a thing leads to another mental concept. This is signification. This is called signification. Thus, meaning gets one signifier or thing which leads to another thing or signified in the terms of binary pair. Signification is considered in terms of binary pair. That means one sound for a thing leads to another concept or a mental picture or signified. This is called a signification. For example, but this signification talks in terms of binary opposition. For example, it is dark because there is no light. We can say that in structuralism, this signification or this leading towards picture is talked in terms of binary oppositions. That is, we can say that it's light because it's not dark, it's bright because it's not dark, or it's white because it's not black. So here we are talking in terms of binary oppositions. Things here are explained in binary pair, and this signification, structuralist signification, things are explained in terms of binaries. Thank you.